how are you doing? I'm back. For the members, I did do another video on the weekend. It's on the website, so go in, look at members area, latest video, you'll see it on there. Right then, what have we got for this week's supporters prize drop? Well, I did manage to find an old Yale 5-lever. Don't come across very often. It's got a nice little cutout in it as well, so you can practice picking this Yale. And you can have a little look, and we'll have a look at that in a bit more detail in a moment. And I managed to put all these together. I know I ran out, but I had a broken one of these tips, so I sort of got the body part of this. I made it a little bit shorter, especially for newbies. It's easy to use. Still got plenty of room. Remember, door's about 45mm. You still got loads of room left. Shorter makes it easy to use. Made it a little shorter. I still got the old 7 readers on it. I salvaged a bit out of one of these. It's obviously one that's I forced one and it snapped. It does happen. Sometimes it gets stuck. So I salvaged out the two and I put one together and made another one. So I've still got all these parts. I keep all these bits and pieces. I've reduced stuff and well, I always keep. You never know what you're going to use. I always keep them. Always come in handy. All these bits and bobs for different things. So I never throw them away. And I never get another one that a tip snaps off, then I can just change this over and I still got it, so I don't throw any of these bits away at all. And I put together and pimped up another one and adjusted all the tips to fit this particular lock. So supporters, my good friends, thank you so much for your continued support. None of this would happen without you, and I don't just buy stuff and send it out to you. I actually put a bit of time and effort into it to make sure that it is a functioning tool and something I'd want to use myself, and I do use them. So yeah, just think of that when you do get hold of my tools. All my tools I use myself out in the field. So enough of the waffle. Let's shove it in the vice and see how we get on. Okay, let's give it a go. Now this one is a particularly awkward one, and I'll go through and I'll show you what. So first of all, we're going to use that tip there to get the bolt at the back, and this one here we're going to lift the levers. It's a little bit awkward and I'll show you why. Let's try and find out where that bolt is. See that? We've got it there. That's for the back one there. Now this first one here, obviously with the bolt on the left, bolt on the right will be the way around, but we'll go into that later. So we can get the first one, see, and then we can go forward. And they do get tight. You can feel that you don't want to be forcing anything. Remember, you've only got about 1.5mm on here. And the reason they are quite tight is in this particular lock, the levers are sitting that way. Yeah. So because there's no curtain, we can go around the other way and we can pick it the opposite way. So we're going to go all the way around. We've still got the bolt. Now we're going to start lifting that way. Now, if we just use normal tension, so we've got this pushed at the back, clockwise tension, and we start lifting. Let's have a look at number one. Look, she's not really staying there. And there's number two, and number one's gone down. So that number one, number two, and they just you'll be playing this game for a long time, and you're slowly jacking it up. And it's not a difficult lock because there is no security notches in it. As you can see, you're playing this seesaw game. So one way to get around that is I'm going to grab hold of this, I'm going to pull it towards myself, I'm going to squash that pack, and now what happens when I touch number one? It stays there. Now the only problem you got with this, if you lift them too high, you can get caught. So it's little nibbles going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, and eventually you will find your true gate, and the bolt will go through it, and it'll open. So let's give that to practice. There's one. There's 5 levers in this lock, so we can still lose them. I'm just going to go through, nudging, not crazily, through it, and eventually you will see we will. Moved a little bit there. Find its true gate. See how one keeps dropping? We're getting closer. So one at the back's quite binding up. we're getting close now. And just keep nudging them up like this. And there you go. We've caught up and we're open. See? Bolts through. It's just like constantly nudging, constantly nudging. Now I think there's a problem with it. Look, you see how sticky that is? There's a problem with this. Look, and we'll have a look. And we'll open it up. That's what was taking its time. There's something not quite right with it. But we don't get a face full of levers. Oh, let's drop that. Oh, yeah. You see, non-curtain. No curtain in there at all. Just space. Right, so the first one was forged. You can see there's no security features on this. And the levers are sitting that way on. So it was a fairly high lift, really, number 4. But then we've got these horrible, and why they ever come up with them, plastic spacers. They're going to wear it, mate. So we've got a plastic spacer. So there's 5 levers in here. Give me hands out the camera as much as I can. Next one, we've got number 1. They're down in the corner. Again, look at that. Right high lift, nothing to stop us on the bottom. And then, as you can see, on the 3rd spacer, there's something going on there. It's completely disintegrated somewhere along the way. So that's not going to help. On the 3rd lever, let's get him out. Back on a 4. Nice big high lift again. And then this spacer here. Oh. It's starting to get chewed up. See? That's what happens to wear. And the 4th lever. Oh, we're going to jump in there, and we've got a spacer as well. 4th lever, we've got a number 2. So you could catch on the bottom and put too much force on that one. Still a fairly high lift, but as you can see, look at that. So that levers was sitting in there. That's what was taking its time to pick, and it's felt a little bit sticky. It's just getting chewed up, and it's what you can get sometimes. You feel like you're going there forever and you're not getting through. You're wondering why. You've got these crappy little plastic spacers in. Well, that can make your life a lot more difficult. So that was on the 4th one. And the 4th lever again is number 4. So nothing too special about it. Them crappy spacers didn't help. But there's 5 levers, and it's got a lovely little window in there, so you can have a little pick. Okay, you could take the spacers out. You don't need them. That's for key control. We ain't got a key. You're going to pick it. Doesn't matter. And then your little bolt. Usual, full of grease and crap and whatever. Bit of anti-saw protection. Yeah, so it's a 5 lever. It's an old Yale. Don't see them that often anymore. But they can can confuse you sometimes with the levers being the other way around when you're trying to open them. Mostly for security cupboards, outdoor buildings and whatnot. Used to be quite common years ago. Not so much anymore. People pretend to put leggies or fortresses on those. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you like that video, remember, leave your reasonable mucky thumbs up. Leave a nice comment. Lots of people like to read them. Interaction is brilliant. Have you come across one of these 5 lever Yales? Have you had the same problem with the spacers? Let us know in the comments below. There's always a link in the top if you want to get in touch with me about the stuff I've got in the shop and whatnot. It's in there. Or if you want to be a member, there's a link in the top as well. All the information's in there. All you got to do is click the link and you'll see my email address and whatever else. So everybody have a fantastic week, and I shall see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys. Ta-da.